very, very bad. Most people lost their lives. 90% of the structure were burnt down.
I don't want my children to become diamond miners. I do it for my children, but it's so hard. I'm fighting for them. They are my only reason. My biggest motivation is my children.
The workers you see behind me are searching for these diamonds we often admire in shop windows, or wear, or give as gifts for the most special occasions. Now, would you ever have imagined that the most precious stone on the planet is sought by the poorest hands in the world?
This morning, they told me that if I don't find anything, there'll be no food for me. I have to find a diamond, but if I find nothing, I get whipped and I'm not given food.
My name is Giuseppe, and I have a mission: to travel the world, to meet the most extraordinary people on the planet, and to ask them a simple question. What does happiness mean to you? Welcome to Project Happiness. We are in Koidu, a name that probably means nothing to you. But from this city, located in the heart of Sierra Leone, the most precious diamonds on the planet have been extracted. In fact, it's also nicknamed the Diamond City. And we're here to discover who the true seekers of the most precious stone for humankind are. The history of Koidu's diamonds began in the 1930s, when farmers accidentally found strange glittering stones. Soon after, miners and mining companies from every corner of the planet poured into Sierra Leone to turn the country into one of the richest diamond deposits in the world. However, this great discovery, along with wealth and hope, also brought violence. And so it didn't take long for the diamonds of Providence to turn into blood diamonds, especially during the Sierra Leonean Civil War, when they were used to finance rebel factions. Today, the war is a distant memory, but Koidu continues to be a city of miracles, where hundreds of diamond traders traffic the world's most precious stones. We're about to meet the commander, as the leader of the traders here is called, to better understand how the diamond business works and then reach the source, the diamond seekers.
It's a 5-piece. This 5-piece weigh 10 karat 48%.
When we have a stone like this, we weigh it. When it is 4 karat, we make sure that we assess the 4 C's of the diamond: the carat, the color, the clarity, and the cut. We used a loop to assess the quality of the diamond, to make sure that where there are inclusions in the diamonds, we look out for black, red spot, feathers, and so forth.
Do you remember the time where the diamonds were used for the war?
Yes, I can remember. You know, the rebels really used diamonds in Kono district to fear the war. When they came here, they make sure that they drove every citizen from Kono district. The war really was very, very bad. Most people lost their lives. To be specific, Kono district was razed to the ground. 90% of the structure were burnt down.
It's not easy for the commander to talk about the Civil War, and noticing the emotion in his eyes, we decide to turn off the cameras. However, he tells us with a certain disillusionment that the diamonds have made him and his people sick, as they dedicate entire lives to frantically searching for them. With great caution, I ask if it's possible to enter one of the dozens of mines in the city to talk to the seekers, and surprisingly, the commander agrees. I believe that our curiosity made the commander like us, allowing us to visit some of his mines, with his right-hand man, with whom it would have been impossible for us to enter. Everything here is controlled. Obviously, you can't mess around with diamonds. It's an important business in which everyone works, men, women, and children every day. So you have to imagine that Koidu is really just a village within a vast mine where everyone is involved. The diamond seekers in this area advised us not to go beyond this limit, because the stone wall you see behind me is the border, the barrier between this artisanal mine and a mine managed, protected, and controlled by a multinational. Multinational mining companies are digging in that area, which they will abandon, and then the artisans will advance and try to find any remaining diamonds. Yes, here in Koidu, diamond extraction is a family business for households, with even children involved in the extraction process. Poverty and the lack of other opportunities push all family members to work together to survive. Every single day, they wake up at dawn and go to the mines, hoping to find that precious stone that could change their lives. But it won't happen, because the land they have access to has already been sifted through by international mining companies, which of course, with their machinery, manage to extract most of the diamonds from the richest deposits. Once the work is done, they will abandon the land, leaving behind little more than sand and gravel.
Diamond mining allows us to survive, but it's tough. Really tough. At least they earn something. I absolutely don't want my children to become diamond miners. I'm fighting for them. I want them to receive a high-quality education at the highest level. I do all this work and dirty my hands to make them study. I don't want them to end a life like me. I'm here for my children, but it's tough. I'm fighting for them. They are my only reason. My biggest motivation is my children.
All of this.
The boys just found a small, raw diamond, which to my eyes doesn't even look like a diamond because it's dirty. But in reality, they're explaining to me that the color of this diamond is orange. It just needs to be cleaned, and then they'll figure out, by bringing it to the shops in the village of Koidu, they'll figure out how much it's worth.
What's the biggest diamond you've ever found in your life?
In my entire life, found one that was 7 carats. 7 carats. Yes, 7 carats. One of 4 carats. I found one that was 5 carats, one of 9 carats, but it wasn't a clean diamond. That was the last diamond I found, and I'm searching for another now. I want a bigger one this time.
It might seem like a lucky day for someone, but these small diamonds are sold in town for about $5 to $10 each. Just enough to feed your family. Beautiful. With this lens, you can see it, appreciate it much better. But when you look at it like this, you think, well, you understand why a man goes mad. For a stone. Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
I still didn't know, though, that what I had seen so far was nothing. Just outside the city lies one of Koidu's largest illegal mines, a place hidden from the eyes of the world where the working conditions are extremely dangerous. Getting in here is not easy at all. They are well guarded to prevent external interference. What we managed to document with our cameras, however, is not easy to describe in words. Around us, there are very young children who are forced to help their parents search for diamonds. The number of children is very high because families prefer to keep everything they find within the family. If they had to pay a worker, they would have to split the day's earnings with people outside the family. But instead, unfortunately, if they get help from the children, and as you can see, even the little ones, all the earnings stay in the family, and they can eat more and have a slightly better standard of living. Under the scorching sun, they carry heavy sacks of gravel all day long to other children, often their own siblings, who will sift it in search of diamonds. It's interesting to know that this land actually belongs to no one, because it's the waste from large multinational industries that have exploited this land for years and then abandoned it. Once abandoned, however, all the locals or the illegal workers come here to re-sift on this land and search for the tiniest speck of diamond or gold that might be here, which can feed them for a day. But the most important thing to know is that all these people are divided into gangs. Actually, gang means family. These are groups of people who divide a part of this land and dig, sift, and then bring all this land to the pond that was created during the rainy season, during the floods. They use the water to wash this gravel and hope to find a small diamond that can change their life. Faced with all these children working under the sun, I don't have the courage to complain. But I assure you, the conditions are extreme. It must be 40 degrees. It's 3 in the afternoon, and these children work without stopping. It's incredible. The children seem very tired, but curious about our cameras, they chat with us, telling us about their work.
When we get here, if there's no dirt to wash, we carry it from up there. We load it up and bring it here to wash. My friend sifts the dirt while I wash it, and when we find a diamond, we run to town to sell it.
Emmanuel, what would you do if you found a big diamond right now?
I'd give it to my mother right away.
For what?
To sell it, so we could build ourselves a real house. Because after carrying heavy sacks, my neck hurts, and when I get home, I don't even have a bed to rest on.
I work in the mines because I'm an orphan. I lost both my parents. I have no other options. But I'm sure I'll find a diamond and go back to school to study.
How do you feel when you find a diamond?
I feel happy.
Do you feel happy?
Yes, because when we find a diamond, it means we have money to eat. I work with my aunt. My mother is at home sick. I do everything to help her. In the morning, I go to the mines and I carry sacks, wash the gravel, and if I find a diamond, I sell it and give the money to my mother to buy medicine.
We work every day under the sun to carry the gravel to be washed. Sometimes, if we're lucky, when we find a diamond, I sell it to feed my children. Other times we find nothing, and so I have to borrow money to buy something to feed my children. It's a difficult situation. My children don't deserve this. When we are submerged here all day, it's not good because when they get home in the evening, they start to feel cold, and I have to rush to find medicine for them. You don't know how hard I fought before finding this diamond. I was digging when my children carried the gravel. Once all of it was washed, I used the sieve to find it. Now I can sell it to survive and buy something for us to eat. It's very small, not worth much.
What is the value, more or less?
It's not even worth €2.
How often do you find those diamonds?
I don't find these diamonds every day. Sometimes I work here all day and find nothing.
Children grow up inside these mines, and the older they get, the more they understand where those diamonds they search for end up.
Every diamond we find is for the whites. The whites know the value of the diamond better than us, and they are the ones who enjoy the diamonds.
You know that it's very valuable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But the whites know better than us.
What if today you find a big diamond? What would you do?
I'd be happy. Yes, I'd be happy because if I had the diamond, I'd sell it.
These are definitely the most difficult missions for me to experience because they slap reality in your face. The reality is that we are all already happy, but we don't realize it. We have everything and we don't know it. And so, even though this story might seem far from the concept of happiness, well, it's right here that we learn what it is, and right here that we create those building blocks that help us understand what happiness is in the world. Yes, even in a difficult context like this, happiness can still find a way through. There's hope to change things. Thanks to people like Suleiman, who is a manager of Action Aid in Sierra Leone, and perfectly embodies this hope. Every day, with courage and dedication, he works to rescue as many children as possible from the mines, offering them a better future. His story is proof that even in the midst of these difficulties, there is the possibility of change. He knows very well what it's like to work here, because as a child, he was a diamond seeker too.
You know very well how hard is this job.
Yes.
What's the feeling those children are feeling because you were one of them?
Yes. Sometimes you go to the sites, you don't eat. I experienced that. You don't eat, you don't even have pure water to drink. You only go to those streams, you make the water like this. Hygiene, excuse me. That's the way we used to say it. You take water on your hands, you drink, and then you spend the whole rest of the day with that. And sometimes, for example, the group that I was working, if you make any little mistake, you'll be flogged. Yes, because I was working with adults and I was the youngest one.
How old were you?
I was within the age of 10, 8, 9, 10.
Like the age of...
Yes, like this boy. Sure. Yes, I started even way younger than him, you know.
How much does he weigh, one of those?
Well, the bags, the weights are different, you know. The full bag, when it's full, like a full rice bag, is 25 kg. But for them, it depends on the type of person that is carrying it. For Comba's bag, it's maybe 15 or maybe 20. For the young man here, he can see the bag now. For this one, you can approximate it to be at 25.
So this one, he's gonna carry this one.
This big one, and Comba is going to carry that one.
Can I try the combo one?
Yeah. Yes, you're okay to try.
Because
give him something to cover his head.
For here.
I'm sure I won't even be able to lift it.
So he can do it by himself?
No, they support him.
So can you help me?
Yes,
I just want to see what he does every day.
Yes.
Put it on your head.
Okay.
It's for their hair. Put it on your head.
What should I do? Okay.
Yes!
Wow. Wow. Where should I go?
Down.
Walk with him, Gomba. This is Komba's load.
Wow.
Everyone's laughing here, but I'm the one not laughing because I really understand what it means. It's very heavy. It's really heavy. So heavy.
And he does it every day.
Every day. Every day. Every
I have no words.
Put it down.
It's really, really...
Help him, help him.
You know, it's funny, but...
Yes.
It
you
is
have
not.
the real feel
It
of
is
what
not.
Komba is experiencing.
You are a strong man. You are a really strong man.
That's why if you see the growth level, it's different with someone that is living an affluent life. If you look at Komba's age now, for example...
how old are you now?
13 years old.
13 years. If you look at someone that is living in the cities 13 years, he will be more bigger and more mature than Komba.
Really?
But because of the work that Komba is doing, he's not growing. His growth is stunted as compared to someone living an affluent life or a rich life. And this is also one of the effects of mining on kids. It's disturbed their growth. And if you don't do this, the family comes here and do it without Komba, Komba is not going to get food for the day.
Really?
Yes, that is like a myth for all miners. I experience it. This is what Komba and the family does every day. This is not mining for children. This is not an employment. This is child labor. You just demonstrated there. You know what it feels now to carry just 10 kilograms of sand from this point as far as maybe 2-3 kilometers to the washing site. And this is what these child miners do on a daily basis. They will transport it maybe 20-30 times. What can we do to stop that? We support them to take them off the mines. I was an example, and today I'm here as an actionist staff. I was educated, I went to the university, I have a lot of other education, and to me I felt proud. But coming to the site and seeing our colleagues, our younger brothers, our relatives, because they're all Sierra Leoneans, they're my family too. Seeing them going through all of this gets me emotional. And then we should do something to stop this. You know, explaining this thing gets me emotional, basically.
I know.
You just have to be strong, to be man enough to keep yourselves together, but it's really sad. So I think it is time we step our toes to end this. We should end this.
At the end of the shift, we receive a truly unexpected invitation. I'm going to Komba's house, to his family. It surprised me a lot that they haven't done anything today, and maybe they won't eat. Yet they invited us to their home to offer us something, just enough to make us feel at home. And it's touching, and also curious to see where these people live, where Komba lives, where he spends his daily life, and we're just about to enter his home. This should be Komba's home. It's made of mud and sticks, like all the others around, and we're about to enter.
So here is our room. I and Komba with his mother, with my 2 little children. And we are 6 in number in this area. As you can see, here is our lying bed. Here is the place that we used to lie and slept. So
how many people are sleeping here?
We are 6 in numbers in this one bed.
6 people. 6 people sleep here.
6 people. How can you fit?
We are lying like this. Each one will lie like this. Komba, come and lie. Komba, come.
Wow. Wow, it's really small.
Come.
You see, curious. It's curious to see because 6 people, how can they?
So this is how we used to lie down. So here is another child will lie here, another one here, and my wife will lie here. I will lie here because I'm the father.
But I want to try and understand what Komba thinks about his job.
I don't think it's a job for children. Because if you work all day in the mines, you can't go to school. And if you keep going, that will be the only thing you'll know how to do. But many die there.
You could die before your time.
The sacks are too heavy, and we carry them long distances. From where we load the gravel to where we empty it, there's a lot of ground to cover. I have to work in the mine to survive, otherwise I have nothing to eat at home if I don't go. But it's hard because when it rains, we have to work wet, and when it's hot, we have to work under the sun. Plus the water we work in is dangerous, and we don't have food or drinking water.
What is the value of a diamond to you?
For adults, it's something important, but not for everyone. To me, diamond's just a stone. If we find a big diamond, we know it can change our lives. We would go from poverty to great fortune, and I could go to school.
What is happiness for you?
I get emotional when I can see my friends, my family, but above all, being alive makes me happy because many people have died and I'm still alive, so I'm very happy. Even when I go to work every day, I'm happy because at least I have my life.
What do you dream of being when you grow up?
I want to be president. I want to help children who don't go to school, orphans, and children like me. I want to help
my colleagues.
All my friends.
I want to help my friend
who can't go to school.
So that not can go to school. So
hymns.
I
want to help them to study.
I'm not getting mama and papa, so I want to help them.
Gompa's words resonate as a universal call. No child should work in the mines. No child should sacrifice their childhood to survive. It hurts me deeply to immerse myself in the lives of these children, but Suleiman gives me hope. His mission with ActionAid is to change all of this and build a future where every child has the right to go to school, to play, to learn, to dream big. And before we say goodbye, he wants to show me that all these children can be helped. And he takes me to visit the school that ActionAid built thanks to child sponsorships.
That is the hope we are giving to them. That without mining, if you believe that education can help, we are ready to support. And this is what we are doing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a yearly basis as ActionAiders. Giving them the support, giving them the hope, especially children in the mines. That this is not, you are not destined to be there forever. Your life can change with education.
For a long time now, we've been documenting with ActionAid the harsh reality of child labor, with the goal of raising awareness and encouraging action. And once again, we've seen that being a child in Sierra Leone and in many other parts of the world where children are exploited means growing up too fast. These children should have the opportunity to live a happy childhood, to go to school, to explore the world with curiosity and joy. They should have the right to be educated, to play, to grow up in a safe and loving environment. And yet, for many of them, these things remain distant dreams, lost in the gravel of the mines. And what I want to tell you today is that even though we are far away, this reality concerns us. The privilege we live in every day gives us the responsibility to do something to act. We can make a difference. We can give these children a better future. We can give them the hope they deserve. Let's remember Kumba and all the children fighting to survive. Let's commit to making sure their stories change, their voices are heard, and their lives improve. Through child sponsorship with ActionAid, we can truly change their lives. Every sponsored child is a child with a new chance. A future no longer defined by suffering, but by hope. We must do it because these children deserve much more than a life of hardship for a precious stone. They deserve a childhood and they deserve a future. Sponsor a child today. Change their life forever, and yours too.